Imagine you're holding a golden key, not to unlock an external door, but to open up the limitless potential within yourself. You might think this is unrealistic, but the wisdom of Stoicism has affirmed this for centuries. The key to a meaningful and happy life lies within you, waiting to be discovered and harnessed. Today, we will explore 13 signs you might be underestimating yourself. Have you ever felt insecure, doubted your abilities, or undervalued your worth? If so, this video will help you recognize those signs through the wisdom of Stoicism. Stoicism teaches us that the key to a good life doesn't lie in external praise or material success, but in mastering the art of self-assessment through the virtues of wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Applying the goodness of Stoicism can transform your life, helping you live with confidence, purpose, and peace. What will happen if you watch this entire video? You will shed the layers of societal expectations and self-doubt to discover timeless Stoic principles that can transform how you view yourself and your place in the world. This journey is not just about self-improvement, but about rediscovering our inherent worth and learning to live true to our deepest values. So, if you're ready to open the door to personal freedom, resilience, and happiness, you've come to the right place. Let's embark on this adventure together, exploring how the wisdom of Stoicism can illuminate the path to unprecedented self-assessment. The only thing I ask of you is not to skip any part of this video. If you're here, consider yourself different from the majority. See yourself as an exception. Now, act like someone special, and don't miss any part of the content. Don't forget to support our channel by hitting the subscribe button and sharing this video with your friends and family. This will help us continue bringing you valuable and meaningful content. Thank you for watching, and now let's begin this journey. Sign 1. Accepting less than you deserve. It's something we've all done at least once in our lives, right? Whether it's sticking with a job that drains us, staying in relationships that don't uplift us, or not pursuing our cherished dreams out of fear, we compromise and tell ourselves that this is the best we can do. But why do we do that? Is it out of fear or comfort, or perhaps both? Stoicism teaches us that our true worth, our essence, is not shaken by external circumstances. Whether you are in a palace or a prison, what truly defines us is not our circumstances, but how we respond to them. It's about recognizing that while we may not control every aspect of life, we hold supreme power over our perceptions, judgments, and actions. Think about it. When we accept less than we deserve, aren't we saying that external circumstances have more power than we do? Stoicism invites us to challenge that notion. It encourages us to ask ourselves whether this situation aligns with our values, and if we are responding to it in a way that reflects our true worth. And if the answer is no, Stoicism doesn't leave us in despair. It empowers us. It tells us that we have the power to change our perceptions, choose our responses, and in doing so, transform our reality. So, when you find yourself accepting less than you deserve, remember this Stoic philosophy. Remind yourself that your worth is not defined by your job title, relationship status, or bank account size. Your worth is defined by your ability to uphold your values, act with courage, wisdom, and integrity, regardless of the circumstances. This is not about blaming yourself for your circumstances, but about empowering yourself to see and seize the control you do have. Don't accept less, not because we are arrogant or proud, but because we recognize our inherent value. Respond to life's challenges with the strength and resilience that comes from knowing who you are and what you stand for. And in doing so, you not only live, but thrive, in true Stoic fashion. Stoicism, with its deep understanding of human nature, doesn't encourage us to boast or inflate our egos. What it encourages is a fair and honest recognition of our own efforts and virtues. By embracing this approach, you will transform how you navigate life's challenges, seeing them not as obstacles but as opportunities to reaffirm your true worth and live in alignment with your highest values. Sign 2. Minimizing your achievements. Why do we often downplay our achievements? Acknowledging accomplishments is not about fostering arrogance. It's about recognizing the work, discipline, and perseverance that went into achieving them. It's about celebrating our commitment to our goals and adherence to our values. In Stoicism, virtues like wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance are central. When you accomplish something, whether big or small, it's often because you've practiced these virtues. Maybe you needed courage to apply for a job, wisdom to overcome challenges along the way, or discipline to reorganize your closet. When you attribute your success to luck or downplay it as something anyone could do, you're not only undervaluing the outcome, but also the virtues you practiced to achieve it. So, how do we change this mindset? How do we start acknowledging our achievements without falling into arrogance? The Stoic approach is about balance and honesty. It's about saying, yes, I worked hard to achieve this. I faced and overcame challenges, and this accomplishment reflects my efforts and virtues. It's about rightly acknowledging your credit, not for ego, but for truth. Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This also applies to recognizing achievements. We don't need to boast about our achievements for validation, but we need to be honest with ourselves about what we've accomplished and how we achieved it. Think of something you've achieved recently, no matter how big or small. Reflect on the virtues you practiced to achieve it. Maybe you showed great discipline, stepped out of your comfort zone, or used your wisdom to solve a problem. Whatever it is, take a moment to acknowledge it. Recognize the virtues behind that achievement. This exercise isn't about self-congratulation. It's about seeing the truth of your character and efforts. Embracing this Stoic practice can change how we view success and ourselves. It helps us move away from false humility and towards genuine appreciation of our strengths and capabilities. It teaches us that acknowledging our achievements is not about ego, but about recognizing the virtues we've embodied and the hard work we've put in. Isn't this a common situation? Whether it's staying late at work to help a colleague, skipping a morning run to prepare breakfast for the family, or putting your dreams on hold to support someone else, it feels noble, selfless, even heroic at times. But constantly putting others first without considering your well-being can lead to burnout. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Recognizing and celebrating your achievements not only helps build your confidence, but is also an essential part of practicing Stoicism, helping you live a more authentic and meaningful life. Sign 3. Prioritizing others' needs over your own. We often hear that putting others' needs above our own is virtuous. However, Stoicism encourages us to rethink this. Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus taught that taking care of yourself is not selfish. It is essential for effectively caring for others. When you try to pour from an empty cup, you will eventually run dry. Stoicism reminds us that to serve others, we must first ensure we are in a good state, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Stoicism teaches us about the dichotomy of control, understanding what is within our control and what is not. Our thoughts, beliefs, actions, and yes, our self-care are within our control. The well-being of others, no matter how much we may want otherwise, is not directly within our control. What we can control is how well equipped we are to offer help, support, and love to those around us. And that begins with taking care of ourselves. Think about this. When you are well-rested, healthy, and at peace, how much more patient, understanding, and present are you for the people in your life? How much more effectively can you contribute to their well-being? This is not just about physical health, but also mental and emotional stamina. It's about having the inner resources to be compassionate, provide wise counsel, and be a source of stability and strength for others. So how do we balance this? How do we ensure we don't neglect our needs while helping others? It starts with recognizing that self-care is not a luxury or an afterthought. It is a necessity. This means making time for things that replenish us, whether it's exercise, meditation, reading, or simply a few quiet minutes alone. It means setting boundaries and feeling okay saying no when necessary. And it means doing these things not as a reward, but as a commitment to being the best version of ourselves for those we care about. Imagine you are a busy parent with work and family responsibilities. You find yourself constantly tired and stressed. To change this, you decide to spend 30 minutes each morning doing yoga and meditation. Initially, it may be challenging to wake up earlier, but over time, you notice you feel calmer, more energetic, and more patient with your children. When your child faces difficulties, instead of reacting with irritation, you listen and help them with wisdom and calm. By taking care of yourself, you not only improve your health and well-being, but also become a source of strength and stability for your family. Stoicism teaches us the importance of objectively assessing ourselves and taking care of ourselves so that we can help others in the most effective way. Remember that this act of self-care is not just for you. It is also to ensure that when you show up for others, you do so as the best version of yourself. Sign 4. Difficulty accepting compliments. We often struggle to accept compliments because we fail to recognize and acknowledge our strengths in a balanced and fair manner. Acknowledging our value is not about being arrogant, but about maintaining a true perspective of ourselves. So why do we find it hard to accept compliments? It's often because we view ourselves through a distorted lens, focusing too much on our flaws or believing that acknowledging our strengths will make us arrogant. Consider a perspective from Stoicism. Humility is not about denying our strengths, but about recognizing them in a grounded and realistic way. It's about seeing ourselves as we truly are, unaffected by ego or insecurity. Accepting compliments gracefully is a way to practice self-awareness and objectivity. It allows us to clearly see our virtues and efforts, providing a clearer understanding of ourselves. When someone compliments us, they often recognize something genuine and commendable in us. Ignoring these moments robs us of the opportunity to see ourselves through others' eyes and understand our impact on the world around us. So how do we get better at accepting compliments? It starts with adjusting our mindset. When you receive a compliment, see it as a mirror reflecting your virtues and efforts. Instead of deflecting, think about the truth in their words. You can practice by simply saying thank you, without downplaying or avoiding it, just being grateful for the recognition of your efforts and qualities. Stoicism encourages us to use these moments as opportunities for reflection. Ask yourself, what did I do to deserve this compliment? How does this reflect my virtues and efforts? This is not to fuel your ego, but to understand and acknowledge the part of you that can achieve excellence and impact. Have you ever faced a choice, seemingly simple, but felt paralyzed, unable to decide. This hesitation, this fear of making a mistake, is not just indecisiveness, but also a lack of self-confidence. It's like standing on the edge of a diving board, looking down at the pool below, knowing you need to jump but unable to take that leap. Stoicism provides a light in the fog of this indecision. Focus on acting according to your values and virtues, rather than fearing potential mistakes. Remind yourself that every decision, big or small, is an opportunity to learn and grow. Step forward with confidence, knowing that your inner strength and resolve will help you overcome any challenge. Let's start with small things. When someone compliments you, don't deflect or downplay the value of the compliment. Smile and say thank you, accepting the recognition with gratitude. This not only respects the person who complimented you, but also shows respect for yourself. Moreover, use compliments as an opportunity for reflection and growth. Ask yourself, what did I do to deserve this compliment? What virtues and efforts of mine does it reflect? Having a clear understanding of your strengths helps build a solid foundation of self-confidence, which in turn propels you to achieve greater accomplishments. Finally, remember that your journey is unique. Your challenges, victories, and lessons are all special and worth appreciating. Stoicism teaches us that the only meaningful comparison is with who we were yesterday. Be proud of your progress, no matter how small. Marcus Aurelius advised, "Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good. Step past the fear, accept compliments with gratitude, and use them as inspiration to grow." By confidently moving forward, you will find strength and resilience within yourself. Sign 5. Avoiding decision-making. Stoicism teaches that wise decision-making is not about ensuring the outcome, but about using wisdom and reason to make choices. We cannot control the outcomes of our decisions, but we have complete control over the decision-making process. This includes aligning our choices with our values, acting with integrity, and accepting the results, whatever they may be, as part of the natural flow of life. So why are we afraid of making decisions? Often, it's because we fear making mistakes and ending up with results we consider failures. However, Stoicism invites us to redefine our understanding of mistakes and failures. Every result is an opportunity to learn and grow. There are no failures, only lessons. This perspective encourages us to trust ourselves to make decisions with courage and confidence, knowing that whatever the outcome, it will contribute to our growth and understanding. Have you ever asked yourself how to cultivate self-trust? Or how have you changed yourself? Comment below to let us know. It starts with embracing wisdom and reason. Before making a decision, take the time to reflect and ask yourself, does this choice align with my values? Am I acting with integrity? By grounding your decisions in core values and reason, you ensure that regardless of the outcome, your choice was made with the best intentions and understanding you had at the time. Stoicism teaches the importance of accepting and learning from the outcomes of our decisions. Every outcome, whether it meets our expectations or not, holds valuable insights. This is an invitation to reflect, understand what worked, what didn't, and how we can apply these lessons in the future. This process of reflection and learning nurtures self-confidence. It reassures us that we have the ability to navigate the uncertain waters of life, make decisions that reflect our values, and grow from every experience. Stoicism teaches the art of discernment, especially regarding where we direct our mental energy. Obsessing over flaws and failures is like trying to steer a ship without paying attention to the wind and tides. The Stoic philosophy asks us to recognize that perfection is an unattainable illusion. The goal is progress, continuous and deliberate steps forward. By applying these principles, you become stronger, more confident, and ready to embrace any challenge. You will learn to trust the process, accept yourself, and keep moving forward, bringing inner peace and a meaningful life. Translate your writing to English using common, easy-to-understand words, while keeping the original content intact. Sign 6. Excessive self-criticism. Why do we fall into the trap of excessive self-criticism? Often it's because we measure ourselves against impossible standards, ones we would never impose on anyone else. We forget that being human means having flaws, making mistakes, and most importantly, having the ability to learn and grow from them. Stoicism offers a powerful antidote to this self-imposed tyranny: the practice of self-compassion and the pursuit of progress over perfection. Self-compassion, from a Stoic perspective, isn't about indulging ourselves or excusing our flaws, but treating ourselves with kindness, understanding, and forgiveness, just as we would a good friend. It's recognizing that failures are not indictments of our character, but part of the human experience. When we stumble, the Stoic response isn't to berate ourselves, but to ask, "What can I learn from this? How can I grow?" Embracing this mindset requires a shift in how we view our journey. Every effort, every attempt, even those that don't yield the desired results, is a step forward. Progress, not perfection, becomes our mantra. This doesn't mean we become complacent or indifferent to improvement. On the contrary, it means we pursue growth more passionately, but with the wisdom to know that growth is often non-linear, fraught with challenges, and beautiful in its imperfection. Why is it so easy to fall into the trap of comparison? Partly because, by nature, we tend to evaluate our worth and achievements against those around us. But in the age of social media, this tendency is amplified to unprecedented levels. We are bombarded with snapshots of others' lives that seem to showcase only the peaks, never the valleys, causing us to question the value and meaning of our own experiences. Stoicism offers a powerful antidote to this condition by nurturing self-awareness and gratitude for our own journey. It encourages us to look inward, focusing on our personal growth, virtues, and progress. Stoicism doesn't advocate for isolation or indifference to others, but promotes the idea of inspiration over comparison. It teaches us to admire others' virtues and successes without diminishing our own. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself as you would a good friend, with kindness and understanding. Focus on progress. Every effort, no matter how small, is a step forward. Progress, not perfection, is what we aim for. Look inward. Focus on your personal growth and virtues rather than comparing yourself to others. Enjoy the journey. Recognize that growth is often challenging and beautiful in its imperfection. Stoicism teaches us that failure isn't the end, but a part of the journey of learning and growth. By nurturing self-compassion and focusing on progress, we can overcome excessive self-criticism and become better versions of ourselves. Sign 7. Constantly comparing yourself to others. The first principle to counter the comparison trap is to practice mindfulness and catch yourself when you start comparing your behind the scenes to others' highlight reels. Remind yourself that social media is a curated gallery, not an accurate reflection of daily life. Stoicism teaches us the value of focusing on what is within our control, our efforts, attitudes, and virtues. These are the seeds from which our unique journey grows. By concentrating on nurturing these seeds, we cultivate a garden rich in personal meaning, independent of external validation or comparison. Ultimately, gratitude plays a crucial role. By cultivating gratitude for our experiences, challenges, and achievements, we anchor ourselves in the present and appreciate the richness of our own lives. This doesn't mean we become complacent. Instead, it empowers us to strive for improvement and growth from a place of contentment rather than lack. Have you ever found yourself postponing a course you want to take, a hobby you want to start, or even neglecting your self-care routine? This isn't just about not having enough time or resources. At its core, it's often about not recognizing your own worth. It's like telling yourself, "I'm not worth the effort." But here's the thing. Stoicism, with its deep insights into human nature and ethics, challenges us to see self-improvement not just as an activity, but as a form of self-respect. Stoicism teaches us that our capacity for reason and virtue is what sets us apart, and it's through nurturing these qualities that we find true fulfillment. Seneca, a Stoic philosopher, likened life to a garden. Just as a garden requires continuous care to thrive, our inner world needs attention and care. Neglecting our personal growth is like neglecting a garden. Without investment, neither can flourish. But why do we often hesitate to invest in ourselves? Sometimes it's because we're trapped in the lure of instant gratification, choosing short-term pleasures over long-term fulfillment. Other times, it's due to deeper issues of self-doubt or the belief that we aren't worth the effort. However, Stoicism offers a counter-narrative. It asserts that each individual possesses inherent value and the potential for virtue. Investing in our growth, whether through learning new skills, exploring hobbies, or practicing self-care, is a testament to recognizing and honoring that value. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself as you would a good friend, with kindness and understanding. Focus on progress. Every effort, no matter how small, is a step forward. Progress, not perfection, is what we aim for. Look inward. Focus on your personal growth and virtues, rather than comparing yourself to others. Enjoy the journey. Recognize that growth is often challenging and beautiful in its imperfection. Stoicism teaches us that failure isn't the end, but a part of the journey of learning and growth. By nurturing self-compassion and focusing on progress, we can overcome excessive self-criticism and become better versions of ourselves. Sign 8. Lack of personal investment. We need to start by changing our mindset. Investing in yourself is an essential, non-negotiable part of life. This doesn't mean overhauling your entire life overnight, but making small, consistent investments in yourself. This could be as simple as reading a book on a subject you love, spending a few minutes each day meditating, or engaging in a hobby that brings you joy. Stoicism teaches us the importance of reflection and self-examination. This practice allows us to understand our strengths and areas for growth, guiding our personal investment efforts. By regularly assessing our lives, setting goals, and reflecting on our progress, we nurture a sense of purpose and direction. This process of self-reflection and goal setting isn't just about achieving external success milestones, but aligning actions with values, cultivating virtues, and living a meaningful and purposeful life. Another crucial aspect is embracing the concept of lifelong learning. The Stoics believed that wisdom is not a destination, but a journey. Adopting a curious mindset and being open to new experiences can transform how we view personal investment. It's not a chore, but an adventure, an opportunity to explore the vast landscapes of knowledge and experience that life offers. True validation comes from within, from living true to our values and principles. The Stoics believed that the only things truly within our control are our actions, intentions, and reactions. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that it's not the opinions of others that disturb us, but our judgments about those opinions. Why do we seek external validation? At its core, it often stems from insecurity and a deep-seated fear of not being enough. In a world constantly bombarding us with messages about what we should be, do, or have, it's easy to lose track of our own path. But Stoicism invites us to look inward, focusing on cultivating character and living a virtuous life. It teaches us that true peace and fulfillment come not from the fleeting and unstable acceptance of others, but from knowing we have lived true to ourselves. Imagine you are a teacher facing pressure from parents, colleagues, and yourself to achieve high results for your students. Each day you feel stretched thin and gradually lose the joy in your work. To change this, you decide to spend 30 minutes each day after school reading about a subject you love and practicing meditation. Initially, it might be challenging to carve out time for yourself amid the busyness. But over time, you realize you feel calmer, more energized, and re-inspired by teaching. When challenges arise at work, instead of reacting with stress, you listen and address issues with wisdom and calmness. By investing in yourself, you not only improve your health and well-being, but also become a source of inspiration and stability for your students and colleagues. Stoicism teaches us that investing in ourselves is the first step to being able to give better to others. Remember that this act of self-care is not just for you. It's also to ensure that when you show up for others, you do so as the best version of yourself. Sign 9. Seeking external validation. The first step to breaking free from seeking external validation is to gain clear self-awareness. When we become mindful of our tendency to seek approval, we can begin to question the motivation behind our actions. Are we pursuing goals because they align with our values, or because we crave applause? Stoicism encourages us to regularly reflect on our intentions, to ensure they are rooted in our own values and principles. Another helpful Stoic practice is developing self-sufficiency. This doesn't mean isolating ourselves or becoming indifferent to others, but finding satisfaction and fulfillment from within, recognizing that we are complete as we are. Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of focusing on what is within our control and letting go of what is not. By nurturing inner contentment, we become less dependent on external sources of validation. Stoicism also encourages us to redefine the concept of success. Instead of measuring success by awards or external achievements, we should measure it by our ability to live according to our values. Success, from a Stoic perspective, is the pursuit of virtue, the practice of reason, and the cultivation of resilience in the face of life's challenges. Imagine you're in a dense forest where the air is heavy and the path is unclear, and each step feels like a struggle. This could be a toxic workplace, draining your spirit, or personal relationships, making you feel undervalued. The decision to stay often stems from a deep-seated belief that we don't deserve better. But this is where Stoicism offers both a mirror and a map. The Stoics believe that our environment could significantly influence our ability to live virtuously and find satisfaction. However, they also emphasized our responsibility to shape our surroundings and choose our relationships wisely. Marcus Aurelius reminded us that inner peace is not determined by external circumstances, but by our responses to them. So why do we endure negative environments? Often, it's because we underestimate our ability to change. We fear the unknown, cling to the familiar, or doubt our worth. Stoicism challenges these fears and doubts by encouraging us to recognize our inherent value and the power we possess. To cultivate self-sufficiency and reduce dependence on external validation, we can start by setting goals based on our values, not others' expectations. Practice daily gratitude, not just for big achievements, but for the small things we often overlook. When you receive validation or praise, be grateful, but don't let it define your worth. Instead, let self-awareness and personal growth guide your actions. Remember, self-sufficiency doesn't mean isolating yourself. Build relationships with people who share and respect your values, who will encourage and support you in your journey towards self-contentment and sustainable growth. Step past your fears, recognize your worth, and use your inner strength to overcome any challenge. Stoicism is not just a philosophy, but a path to true freedom and peace. Sign 10. Enduring negative environments. Stoicism encourages us to challenge the belief that we are stuck and to recognize that we often have the power to change our circumstances or our perspective on them. Stoicism provides tools to navigate and transform our environments. An essential practice in Stoicism is nurturing inner resilience and self-control. This doesn't mean adopting an attitude of indifference or detachment, but rather strengthening the inner fortress, as Marcus Aurelius called it, so we can stay grounded and true to our values, even amidst chaos and negativity. By cultivating a strong inner core, we become less affected by the toxicity of our surroundings and more capable of making choices that align with our well-being. Another guiding Stoic principle is the idea of living in accordance with nature, which includes seeking harmony within ourselves and our environments. This means actively seeking or creating environments conducive to our growth, health, and happiness. We deserve respect, kindness, and positive interactions, and need to make conscious decisions not to settle for less. In practice, seeking environments that nurture growth might involve setting boundaries in personal relationships, seeking new career opportunities, or even changing social circles to include more supportive and positive influences. It also means investing time and energy into building a personal environment through practices like meditation, journaling, or engaging in hobbies that support mental and emotional well-being. Applying these Stoic principles in life helps us become more resilient, less affected by negative environments, and more confident in facing challenges. By building a strong inner core and seeking harmony, we can create an environment that supports personal growth and overall well-being. Setting clear boundaries and seeking positive interactions improve our quality of life, increasing satisfaction and happiness. Practices like meditation and journaling help us maintain a balanced and clear mental state, enhancing our ability to make sound decisions and live a more meaningful life. When we correctly apply these principles, life becomes more peaceful and fulfilling. We feel stronger and more confident in facing challenges, creating a life that is complete and worth living. Sign 11. Fear of pursuing dreams. Why does fear have such a hold on us? Often it's because we are acutely aware of what we could lose. Our minds paint vivid pictures of failure, of wasted time and effort, of the judgment we might face from others. Stoicism acknowledges these fears, but invites us to ask, what could we gain? It encourages us to weigh our fears against the potential for growth, fulfillment, and realizing our dreams. Stoicism teaches that pursuing virtue and excellence in alignment with our true nature is a worthy endeavor, regardless of the outcome. One Stoic practice that can help us overcome the fear of pursuing our dreams is premeditatio malorum, or negative visualization. This involves imagining the worst-case scenarios, not to dwell on them, but to reduce their power over us. By considering potential difficulties and accepting that we can endure them, we often find that our fears are less daunting than we imagined. This doesn't mean we become reckless or disregard risks, but we approach our dreams with a balanced perspective, recognizing that failure, while possible, is not the end, but a step in our growth journey. Another Stoic principle that can encourage us to pursue our dreams is the concept of amor fati, or love of fate. This is the idea of embracing whatever life brings, not just with resignation, but with enthusiasm. When we pursue our dreams guided by amor fati, we open ourselves to the full range of experiences, successes, failures, joys, and disappointments, all part of the human experience. This acceptance frees us from the grip of fear and allows us to move forward with courage and determination. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of acting according to our virtues and potential. It reminds us that our true worth is not measured by external achievements, but by our commitment to living virtuously, striving towards our goals with integrity, diligence, and courage. In this light, the fear of pursuing dreams is not just a barrier to success, but a barrier to living a truly authentic life. Stoicism teaches us that overcoming fear and pursuing our dreams is not just about achieving success, but about being true to ourselves and our values. Translate your writing to English using common, easy-to-understand words while keeping the original content intact. Sign 12. Not recognizing your self-worth. This doesn't mean that achievements and recognition aren't important, but they are not the source of our value. Our worth is inherent, unchangeable, like the stars in the night sky. Realizing this helps us break free from the endless pursuit of external validation. How do we cultivate the Stoic understanding of our inherent worth? It starts with self-reflection, turning our gaze inward to recognize and appreciate our virtues, efforts, and resilience. It involves practicing gratitude for our abilities, character, and potential, recognizing that these inner qualities are the true measure of our worth. It also means learning to detach our sense of worth from the fluctuating opinions of others and the fleeting nature of achievements. This detachment is not indifference, but perspective, understanding what truly matters in the grand scheme of our lives. The feeling of not recognizing our self-worth can stem from various sources: past traumas, societal conditioning, or personal failures. We compare our journeys with others, seeing only the highlight reels of their lives while being acutely aware of our own behind the scenes. This comparison, driven by the misunderstanding that happiness is a limited resource only for the deserving, makes us doubt our worth. Stoicism encourages us to break these misunderstandings and realize that happiness is not a reward, but a way of living. It invites us to reflect on our values, align our actions with these values, and find joy in the pursuit of virtue. Recognizing your self-worth is an inner journey, a path to discovering the richness and strength within each of us. Remember that your worth does not depend on others' recognition or external achievements, but lies in your ability to maintain and develop your virtues. Believe in your inherent worth and live a life true to Stoic ideals, filled with courage, wisdom, and integrity. Translate your writing to English using common, easy-to-understand words, while keeping the original content intact. Sign 13. Feeling undeserving of happiness. Feeling undeserving of happiness is a psychological state that many people experience. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, and to let go of what is not. This perspective empowers us to take control of our happiness and create it through our daily choices and attitudes. How do we approach happiness in this Stoic way? It begins with changing our narrative about deservingness. We must challenge the belief that happiness depends on achievements, external validation, or perfection. Instead, we should see happiness as inherent in living virtuously, making the best choices we can, and appreciating the present moment. Marcus Aurelius said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Stoicism teaches the importance of gratitude. By practicing gratitude, we shift our focus from what we lack to what we have. This not only helps us recognize the abundance present in our lives, but also changes our perspective on deserving happiness. Consider that happiness is not contingent on external factors, but is a state of mind cultivated from within. By living virtuously, making decisions based on wisdom and kindness, and appreciating what we already have, we build a solid foundation for happiness. We should start by changing how we think about happiness and deservingness. Instead of viewing happiness as a reward for great achievements, we should see it as a natural result of living true to our values. Epictetus reminds us, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This means that to achieve happiness, we must master our thoughts and actions, guiding them towards goodness and virtue. Finally, gratitude plays a crucial role in feeling deserving of happiness. By focusing on what we have rather than what we lack, we create a new perspective on life, recognizing the beauty and opportunities around us. This helps us see that happiness is not something distant, but an integral part of daily life, nurtured by gratitude and appreciation of the present. This not only helps us find happiness, but also helps us feel deserving of it by understanding that happiness comes from choosing to live rightly and appreciating what we have. Start today by recognizing your self-worth and nurturing good virtues in your daily actions. This is the path to true and lasting happiness. Stoicism reminds us of the importance of community and support. Happiness is not a solitary journey. By nurturing meaningful relationships, giving and receiving support, we realize that our worthiness of happiness is affirmed not only by ourselves, but also by the wisdom and love of those around us as we journey together. Through the wisdom of Stoicism, carry with you the understanding that our lives are canvases on which we have the right to paint with the vibrant colors of virtue, resilience, and happiness. Remember, you are the architect of your destiny, the sculptor of your own happiness. The path may be filled with challenges, but it is also brimming with potential for growth, joy, and great fulfillment. You deserve happiness, are capable of achieving your dreams, and are worthy of all the love and success that come your way. If you found today's discussion on 13 signs you might be underestimating yourself without realizing it meaningful, please leave a comment sharing your thoughts below. This helps us know that you have received our message today in its entirety. I encourage you to watch the recommended video on the screen, which delves deeper into Stoic practices that can transform your life, offering insights and strategies for living with intention and joy. If this conversation has sparked recognition or curiosity in your heart, please like and share this video with your friends. Spread the wisdom of Stoicism far and wide, empowering others to realize their value and pursue their happiness with courage and determination. Thank you for joining Genuine Wisdom today. Until next time, live bravely, love deeply, and seek the joy that is your birthright.